Hello, my dear students. I am Priyanka Koiri, your science teacher, and the chapter that we're discussing is natural resources. Okay, so in the last class, what we have learned is that we discussed about soil. Okay, so we discussed what is soil, and we discussed how soil formation takes place from rocks. Then we discussed the compositions of soil, and we discussed soil pollution, where we studied that when harmful substances are added to the soil loses its fertility. So that's its scenario is called as your soil pollution. Then we discussed about soil erosion, and we discussed about biogeochemical cycles, and under biogeochemical cycle we discussed about water cycle. Okay, so this is what we have learned in our previous classes. Okay, in today's class we are going to discuss about nitrogen cycle, another biogeochemical cycle, that is nitrogen cycle. Okay, so, nitrogen gas makes up 78% of our atmosphere, and it is an essential component of the biological molecules like protein, nucleic acid, and some vitamins. It means that in our atmosphere, the most abundant gas is your nitrogen, and this nitrogen is very important for all living beings as it is present in proteins, nucleic acid, and vitamins. The nitrogen in the atmosphere is fixed into nitrogen compounds in the soil by nitrogen fixing bacteria. Okay, so the nitrogen is abundantly present in the atmosphere, but this nitrogen cannot be used directly. Okay, but this nitrogen cannot be used directly because we do not have such systems to convert the nitrogen into nitrogen compound. So this nitrogen in the atmosphere is fixed into nitrogen compounds like nitrates or nitrites with the help of nitrogen fixing bacteria. This nitrogen fixing bacteria are present in our soil. Okay. Now, this nitrogen fixing bacteria may be free living or be associated with some species of dicot plants. That means this nitrogen fixing bacteria, they either live independently on the soil or they may be living on some plants. Okay. Most commonly, the nitrogen fixing bacteria are found in the root nodules of leguminous plants. Okay, so most commonly it is seen that the nitrogen fixing bacteria is found in the root nodules. Okay, the root nodules of plants. Okay, other than nitrogen fixing bacteria, the only method to convert nitrogen into nitrates or nitrites is by physical process. So other than this fixing of nitrogen into nitrates or nitrites can be done by physical process. So what is that physical process? It is during lightning, the high temperature and pressure created in the air convert nitrogen into oxides of nitrogen. Okay, so when there is lightning, okay, because of the high temperature and pressure that is created due to lightning, the nitrogen present in the air is converted into oxides of nitrogen. These oxides dissolve in water to give nitric and nitrous acid and fall on land along with rain. So, these oxides that are created due to lightning get dissolved in water present in the clouds to form nitric and nitrous acid, and they fall down on the earth as rain. Okay, these are then utilized by various forms of life. Okay, so this acid, when they come down to the soil or earth, it is used by different life forms. Okay, the nitrogen compounds are taken up by plants and used to make protein. So on soil, plants are there, so plant takes these nitrogen compounds and they make proteins. When animal eat plants, they also get protein. So from plants, the protein goes to the animals, okay, when they eat them. When plants and animals die, bacteria convert the protein back into nitrogen compounds like nitrates and nitrites. Okay, so when plants and animals die, the protein that are present in their body is converted back into nitrogen compounds by the bacteria. A different type of bacteria convert these nitrogen compounds back into nitrogen in the atmosphere. Okay, so now another type of bacteria that are called denitrifying bacteria convert this nitrogen compound again into nitrogen in the atmosphere. So this is how the nitrogen cycle works in our biosphere. Okay, coming to just a second. Coming to the next cycle that we have is carbon cycle. Okay. Carbon is an essential component of biological molecules like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, nucleic acid, etc. So just like nitrogen, carbon is also present in the body of living beings in carbohydrates, fat, protein, vitamins and nucleic acid. Carbon in the form of carbon dioxide is used by plants to prepare glucose by the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so this carbon is present in the atmosphere in the form of carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide is used by plants to prepare food, that is glucose, by the process of photosynthesis. The glucose is used to provide energy and convert into other organic compounds. Okay, so this glucose is then converted into that is produced is used to obtain energy. When animal eat plants, it enters the body of animals. Okay, so when animal eat the plants, this carbon then enters the body of animals. During respiration, energy and carbon dioxide is produced. So inside the body of animals, respiration takes place and energy and carbon dioxide is produced. The carbon dioxide then goes back into the atmosphere. So here carbon dioxide is produced and then it is released in the atmosphere. Another process which adds carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere is the combustion of fuels like coal and petroleum. So we can see that carbon dioxide is first utilized from the atmosphere into glucose by the process of photosynthesis, and during respiration again carbon dioxide is produced which goes back into the atmosphere. Now there is another process which adds carbon dioxide into the atmosphere is when we burn anything like any fuels like coal and petroleum, carbon dioxide is produced. The organic compounds in plants and animals are also converted into carbonates, limestones, coal, petroleum, exoskeleton of some cells. Okay, so carbon dioxide is released by the body of living beings, and also the carbon that is present in their body can be converted into carbonates, limestones, coal, petroleum, exoskeleton when these animals die. Okay. Now coming to greenhouse effect. You must have learned the word greenhouse effect. Let us discuss what is it. Gases like carbon dioxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbon traps heat radiated by the earth and prevent the escape of heat from the earth. Okay. So there are certain gases that are called greenhouse gases, and the gases are carbon dioxide, methane and chlorofluorocarbon. They trap the heat of earth and prevents the escape of heat from earth. Okay, the increase in the presence of these gases in the atmosphere causes increase in the temperature of the atmosphere. So when these gases are increased in the atmosphere, they trap more and more heat, and which results in increase in the temperature of atmosphere. Okay, this phenomena of increase in the temperature of earth due to such gas is called greenhouse effect that leads to global warming. Okay, so this phenomena of increasing the temperature of earth because of the greenhouse gas is called greenhouse effect, and it leads to global warming. Okay, greenhouse effect can cause melting of polar ice, increase in sea level, flooding of coastal areas and submerging of island. So because of greenhouse gas, the temperature of the earth will increase, and this will cause the melting of polar ice. And when polar ice will melt, the water in the sea will increase. Then there will be flooding of coastal areas and the island will get submerged. So these are the effects of greenhouse effect. Okay. Now coming to the next cycle, that is your oxygen cycle. Oxygen in the atmosphere is used for respiration, combustion and formation of oxides of element. Okay, we all know we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. So oxygen is used for respiration, combustion and formation of oxides. The only process that adds oxygen into the atmosphere is during photosynthesis. So the only process by which oxygen is added in the atmosphere is by photosynthesis by plant. Oxygen is essential component of biological molecules like carbohydrates, fats and proteins. Okay, they are also found oxygen is also found in the biological component like carbohydrate, fats and proteins. Now coming to ozone layer. What is ozone layer? Ozone molecules contains 3 atoms of oxygen. So ozone is a molecule of oxygen that contains 3 atoms, that is O3. It is present in the upper layer of atmosphere. So ozone is present in the upper layer of atmosphere. It is a poisonous gas and we are lucky that it is not stable near the earth's surface. So ozone is basically a poisonous gas, but we do not find ozone near the surface of the earth because it is unstable near the earth's surface. But it performs an essential function of protecting the earth from harmful ultraviolet radiations from the sun, which is harmful for living organisms. So being a poisonous gas, it still performs a very important function, that it protects earth from harmful ultraviolet rays. The ozone layer is being damaged by the carbon compounds like chlorofluorocarbon. But we human beings are destroying this ozone because of the increase in the emission of chlorofluorocarbons. Okay? To prevent the damage of ozone layer, the use of CFC should be reduced. Okay, so in order to prevent the damage of ozone layer, the use of CFC, that is chlorofluorocarbon, should be reduced. Okay, so let us recall what we have studied. We discussed about carbon cycle, greenhouse effect, oxygen cycle and ozone layer, and also about nitrogen cycle. Now that's all for today's class. Thank you so much, and with this we have come to the end of this chapter. Thank you.